Oh, you didn't know? Your ass better call somebody. Yeah, we're getting closer and closer to the college football playoff being decided. College football rankings or playoff rankings came out today. We're going to talk about that. Had a little change, not much. It seems like someone's trying to say that, maybe that the common Joes and the common Sows know out there, even more so than all those media talking heads. That would be us, the Outlaw posse. They seem to think that me and I guess some of you Oklahoma fans out there are trashing Lincoln Riley to some of their recruits negatively on Twitter. Y'all wouldn't be doing that, would you? I might do it. I can't believe that y'all would join in on the fun. But hey, they might be negative, but you notice that no one said anything about it being untruthful. It can be negative as long as there's some modicum of truth to it, right? See who all we got up in here right now. We got 1989 M's in the house. He's our resident Wolverine. I'll bring it up right now for you. Jack says I don't see anything. Is it on? Maybe. I don't know. Now people delete shit, so more than likely he's probably deleted whatever it was or whomever did it, whether someone, photoshopped him or hacked him or whatever. Regardless, I thought it was pretty funny. I'll bring that up for y'all right now if you want. We got Matt Bingham in the house with his badge. We got a lot of badges in here tonight. Jack Ecker has his badge as well. But before I get to all these topics today, we're also going to talk about Alabama and the Oregon Ducks, who I think might have the best shot at getting in the playoff right now of the top 8, in my opinion. But the Four Horsemen shout-outs is as follows. At the bottom of the screen, you'll see them. MR, Becca has thoughts, Jack Acker, and Brian Johnson are mounted up and saddled up and ready to go. They got their badge. They've been deputized a long time ago, and they're going to help us today with this college football invasion. And if you want your random Four Horsemen shout-out like they just got, there's a little join button and subscribe button. It's not $2.99 a month, 75 cents a week. That's just a bottle of water for the Outlaw. And you'll get your badge. You'll get deputized. And you'll get your random Four Horsemen shout-outs, possibly be the comment of the day. I haven't done the comment of the day in a little bit, but I'll make sure I get a comment of the day for the next live stream or podcast, whichever one I do. What's up, Killer Breeze in the house? We got Big Daddy Dog Fan 1980. He's in here as well. I'm assuming that he's a Georgia fan. Georgia's on the cusp of doing something that no other team's been able to do, Big Dog Daddy. And a lot of people try to debate that and say it happened in the 20s and the 30s, but it's never been a unanimous three-peat in college football ever. There's never been a three-peat in the Super Bowl era of pro football. So football is a little bit different. You don't have all these long, drawn-out dynasties because, to me, football is a much harder sport to dominate. But a few people get up in here, and I'm going to show y'all this little screenshot here. Y'all probably think this is pretty funny. Michael McCollum's in the house. I'll take Michigan over Ohio State, says Michael McCollum. I hope you're wrong. I hope Ohio State actually wins that game. Normally, I do root for Michigan, but in 1989M, he's a great supporter of the channel, and I'm just like 1989M. I just want to see Harbaugh fired at this point. Already got a donation to the channel. Zach Hamner with a $1.99 donation. He says, how's it going, Outlaw? Time to raise some hell. Hey, damn right it is. Damn right it's time to raise some hell because they're raising hell on me left and right. Hell, even last podcast, man, you had old college football with Donkey Lewis on here. He was raising hell on me too, trying to make me get my blood pressure up. Can y'all believe that shit? By the way, I got my little Waffle House cup here tonight. They're going to be one of our sponsors one day, I'm hoping. a prospective sponsor. But hell, let's get right into the fun here. And show y'all a little something that y'all might enjoy. It sure made my heart feel good. I know that. Y'all see that? Lincoln Riley says, it has been brought to my attention that some Oklahoma fans in a group called the Outlaw Posse, and someone must be ripping us off, has been contacting USC's prospective recruits and feeding them negative information on my program and my USC family. Man, capitalized family. I wonder how long they're going to be a family. Maybe dysfunctional family. Please disregard the hatred from these outside sources. Fight on with 2 exclamation points. Seems like you get a lot of play out of it. 40.3 thousand retweets, 11.3K quote tweets, 196.9 likes. Wow, man, he's got some Joe Biden likes up in here. You know? What do you think? What do y'all think about that? Is that not funny? That looks pretty funny to me. Robert Walger, I don't know how to say your last name, brother. By the way, I still can't respond to any of your comments on my channel. I don't know what YouTube has done to your channel, but they blocked you somehow from receiving comments from me, Robert. Robert says, we are all promised that USC, what is going to be the epicenter of college football? Well, it reminds me. I posted a video, well, not a video. I posted a picture today on my channel where it was talking about Lincoln Riley had 7 total losses at Oklahoma in 5 years, and he's got 7 losses in 2 years at USC. In just 2 years, he's got 7 losses already. But you can't win at Oklahoma, right, Lincoln? You can't win at Oklahoma. You can't recruit to Oklahoma because nobody's ever won or recruited to Oklahoma, right, Lincoln? Since we're not going to pay attention to the history books before Lincoln Riley, right? Because Bob Stoops didn't win a national championship, right? Barry Switzer didn't win a national championship, or did he? Or did Bob Stoops? Chuck Fairbanks done all right there, right? There's some other dude. I think he won I don't know, what was it? 41, 42, 43, 47 in a row. Oh, my goodness. Was that the same Oklahoma University that won 47 in a row, Linky boy? But you can't recruit there, right? But Brian Bosworth didn't really play for Oklahoma, right? How can we get a list of his recruits' phone numbers? Well, Chris Lieberman, what some people did, obviously, I don't know who done it. I mean, I don't know why they would do such a dastardly thing, man. And plus, they used to try to break into his house, even though he had a 17-foot castle-like moat around his damn house, right? But Chris, from what I understand, you just go on Twitter and you find, recruits that are prospective recruits for USC. Go on Twitter, find their Twitter handles, and just simply tweet the hell out of them and just tell them, hey, look, this guy that you're fixing to go play for, this is what he did to Oklahoma. This is what he did to other people. This is what he told other people. You ain't even got to lie on him, Chris. All you got to do is tell the damn truth. And the damn truth is going to hurt Linky boy. We have to fudge a little bit sometimes ourselves. Well, hey, all's fair, right? Gloves are off, Linky boy. Since you had to go and bring some bullshit up about someone trying to break into your house and people were stalking me, even though there was 4 cop cars out there in the neighborhood, right? Shit. Killer Breeze said, holy shit, that just made my year. And I was going to have a guy up in here tonight, think his name's Matt. Can't remember his last name right offhand here, but he's a Texas Longhorn. And he was going to come in here and give us a little insight on what Texas thought about, the playoffs and what he thought as far as the tiebreakers and all that stuff. By the way, I'm going to bring that up here in just a second too, but I'm going to read some more of these comments. By the way, if y'all want to get your comment pushed to the very top here so I can read it out and respond to you personally, because I can't see everybody's comments, just click on the little money dollar sign at the bottom of this video. It's got a circle around it. Click on that, write your comment out, then hit send so you get your money's worth. It will highlight it, and I will read it out accordingly. Dale Allenbaum in the house says USC fans should take notes from Sanders. He seems happy of a losing season. Speaking of con time, he said some pretty stupid shit today. I was reading something on him. I think I might have it on here. Yeah, I actually do. I'll bring that up for y'all in just a second. But let me take this this little crazy ass tweet down of Linky Boy wetting his diaper. All right. Let's see what we got here. Share screen. Here we go. Y'all see that? Let me see if I got it up for y'all. Yep, there it is. All right. Seems like Deion Sanders says Colorado will not lure prospective recruits to the program with money. Well, when you buy them stuff and give them watches, it's the same damn thing, you idiot. Dude's like, it's not very, he's shady as hell too, just like Linky Boy. They're like two effed up peas in a pod. He says, we're not an ATM. That's not going to happen here. It's already happening here. Your own son is making NIL deals at halftime, leading 29-0 over Stanford, and then losing a 29-point lead in the second half. Some of the sponsors that signed up for Sakazulu Sanders bullshit at halftime of the Stanford game, I might be looking for some receipts, like you do, Deion, when someone calls you out, or they dare to question your godliness. We can't question your godliness. If you don't, we'll have receipts, right? Well, we got receipts too, Deion. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to send some receipts to Colorado, so maybe they can get a refund on your ass in a couple of years when you try to dip the hell out, just like you did Jackson State and the HBCU. It says here, you're not coming here to get rich unless you're coming here with a plan to go to the NFL and get your degree, not to come here and be a money bag. Yo, that's a rapper, right? It says, if you come to Colorado, let me back up. If you come to Colorado to play for me, the Colorado Buffaloes, it's because you really want to play football and receive a wonderful education and all the business stuff will you handle on the back end, if that's the case. You're full of shit. Yeah, you're full of shit, man, for real. And you'll be cussing early on, man. I looked at the tiebreakers today, Matt Bingham, by the way. Look at some more of these comments. I got the tiebreakers too, by the way. I can show those to y'all too if y'all want to. Unless y'all want me to bring up the Tebow screenshot again where he's basically whining, saying that we're negative recruiting on him. You mean you can't recruit against Oklahoma? I thought you said nobody could recruit to Oklahoma, right? But you can't recruit against Oklahoma. Golly, man. That dude, man, he is just like the gift that keeps giving, right? Corrections 101 says it's time to step up his Twitter game now. Reckon so, brother. Matt Bingham says the president of the Big 12 hates OU the most, with OU and Texas could sue the shit out of the Big 12. How would they be able to sue them? I know they changed the rule in the middle of the year, but is it against the rules to change the rule? Probably not. I'm sure they probably looked into that before they done it, else they would be getting sued. Jack Acker says Tebow That's TBOW for those of you that's new in here. Not Tim Tebow. He's a great man. I like to say ad nauseum because he is. The acronym TBOW stands for That Bitch Out West. But he says Tebow complained about Oregon stealing recruits. Oregon didn't take the recruits. They got them through transfer portal. Yeah, it sounds real familiar. Got a total of 68 people up in here now. I don't know if y'all missed it earlier. I'm going to pop it back up here in a minute, but there's a little tweet circulating about Lincoln Riley basically saying that Oklahoma fans and some group called the Outlaw Posse has been feeding negative information to his recruits on Twitter and costing him recruits. And that's why he can't out recruit Oregon or Alabama or Oklahoma or Georgia or Texas or anybody in the top 10 or top 15. What is it now? USC, y'all found out what their ranking is for me. I think they dropped, 22nd or 23rd now? See for unfair play, how many holding calls were called on offense? Well, yeah, but you to see somebody, you got to prove it, Matt. And that's just it's hearsay, what they call it in the court of law. But more than likely, you're right. There's some corrupt shit going on. You know, sort of like the whole O.J. Simpson thing back in the day. If it fits, you must have quit, right? And you couldn't play it off and just pretend like the glove don't fit. You know, it's not like you wasn't an actor in Naked Gun, the movie series, right? Hank says that the USC Skittle Shitters are indeed outside the top 25 now. I'm going to bring this up periodically just because I'm proud of it. I think it's pretty funny. So if I'm going overboard with this, y'all let me know. I'll stop doing it. But I'm going to bring it back up for those who just came in here. Share screen. But I think it's pretty funny. All right. There it is again. It has been brought to my attention that some Oklahoma fans in a group called the Outlaw Posse been contacted my prospective recruits. Negative recruit. I'd be damned. I mean, if some of the stuff that people are saying about you, Lincoln Riley, to your recruits is not truthful, then you should be able to prove that, right? $1989M says, OCF, you must be so tickled that your empire is making its presence felt in the world of college football. Lincoln Riley has surely landed himself in the number one spot of the con list with Coach Harbaugh. You know, I think I need to add, I think I might need to add him to the, you know, because I got a list right here like Chris Jericho used to have. Yeah, I ain't got him on here. Y'all think I should add Jim Harbaugh to the list, the con list? Y'all let me know in the comment section. I ain't going to write his name down until we all vote him in. If you want to induct Jim Harbaugh to the con list, if you want me to put him on the list, just say so in the comment section. And I'll look back in a little while. And we'll put old Jimmy Boy on there. Yeah, I do keep receipts, Jack. Just like I told Tom Deion Sanders, was that everybody else is going to start keeping receipts too, by God. College football with Jonathan Lewis with a $9.99 donation says, it smells like corn dogs in his comments. Must be a killer on the loose, Killer Breeze. What's up, bro? Is that true? I mean, even the backdrop of it's yellow, like the mustard you put on corn dogs. Did you intentionally color that yellow for LSU, Jonathan? Damn, that's pretty ironic. If you didn't plan that shit, that's pretty ironic, brother. By the way, only right-wing Duck fan, I see you didn't really comment right there, but I was going to tell you that I am in the process of making a Oregon video. I'm probably going to put it up sometimes this week. I'm going to see how things pan out with them in Oregon State maybe, or I might go ahead and give my thoughts on that right now. I really think that the Oregon Ducks right now are the top 8 teams to me that have a shot at getting in the playoffs. Oregon has a nice little easy route. It's not really easy, but it's a simpler route than the rest of them. All Oregon's got to do is beat Oregon State and beat Washington. And they're in. They will be in the college football playoffs. Even if Alabama beats the defending 2-time national champions, the Georgia Hedge Pissers, Alabama, I think, probably will not jump Oregon because Washington and Oregon are both ahead of Alabama right now. But I could be wrong about that. I think in a way they may actually take Alabama and jump them over Oregon. And then another part of me says, well, Oregon's looked rather impressive all year long outside that one game against Washington where for some reason Dan Lanning had a couple of brain farts and decided to go for it on 4th down and 3 at their own 50, and all they had to do was punt Penix. They didn't, and y'all had the lead, right? So all he had to do was punt Washington deep. Now, sure enough, they still had plenty of time to come down and score anyway. But it would have made it harder for Michael Penix and Washington to score that winning touchdown or the tying one. I can't remember if y'all went into overtime in that game or not. But without those 4th down mishaps, Oregon would be undefeated right now. Killer Breeze, you being called out in here, brother. You gonna say something? I Am Sooner says, I vote yes. Jim Harbaugh is what he is. Bogus, period. Just my opinion. So we already got one vote in here. Senator Ross says corn dogs are good. Yes, they are. Have you ever actually ate a corn dog with a piece of, that block cheese? I eat the corn dog, take a bite of cheese. Shit's good, man. It really is. The whole corn dog thing, if y'all not really familiar with the history of why they call LSU the corn dogs. By the way, Killer Breeze is an LSU graduate, and that's why Jonathan, college football with Jonathan Lewis, is saying that. They started calling them corn dogs down there at Auburn. They come down to Auburn one week, and the fans down there got into it with some LSU fans. The Auburn people got into it with them. And so they started calling them corn dogs because they said that the LSU fans smelled like rotten corn dogs. And that's where it comes from. So now you'll hear people calling LSU the corn dogs. And it's because the Auburn Tigers started it. Auburn's wanting to be talking, out in Lee County down there in the barn. You got a bunch of barn monkeys down there. College football with Donkey Lewis says, Oregon and Bo Nix isn't getting in. Bo Nix will always be an Auburn Tiger and stink it up. Hey, he's got the record, man, for the most starts. I believe him and Stetson Bennett could join AARP. Is that what that organization's called for senior citizens? They're probably getting close to getting a senior citizen discount meal too, as long as them two played in college football, right? All right, I've let y'all mingle and slavate over that Lincoln Riley tweet. I'm going to stop that for now. And I'm going to bring some more stuff up here. We're going to talk about the Big 12 tiebreaker here, maybe. All right. Here's the Big 12 tiebreaker. Y'all can see that? Sure ain't got no donations popping up on me before I start reading this out to y'all. All right. It says here Oklahoma State just needs one more win to secure its spot in the Big 12 title game. The Cowboys are close the season at home against BYU. Oklahoma State is 2-0 against Oklahoma and Kansas State, meaning it holds the head-to-head advantage in the tiebreaker scenario. And that's the rule that they changed that everybody's up in arms about. Oklahoma and Kansas State fans were both pissed off because they changed it last minute. But if you think about it, it's actually sort of fair to me. Oklahoma State beat Oklahoma and Kansas State head-to-head, then they should probably get in over them if it works out like the scenario here says. Right here it says Oklahoma doesn't control its path to Arlington, but simple scenarios could get it here first. The Sooners need, of course, to beat TCU. And then as you read on down here, it says if Oklahoma avoids the upset and Texas beats Texas Tech and Oklahoma State loses to BYU, the Sooners qualify for the second spot, setting up a Red River rematch. So you need to root for those fighting Mormons from Provo. Kansas State requires a lot more help in the event that Texas also wins. Both Oklahoma and Oklahoma State would have to lose in order for Kansas State to qualify. Kansas State has a head-to-head loss to Oklahoma State, though. That wouldn't matter if the Wildcats are 7-2 and the Cowboys are 6-3. However, Kansas State and Oklahoma did not play this season. If those two teams finish tied, it would come down to record against the highest-placed common opponent in the standings. Unfortunately for the Wildcats, that would be Texas, a team that beat them in the regular season, but lost to Oklahoma. So Oklahoma would get the tiebreaker over Kansas State. Now, if Texas loses, Texas could still clinch. I'm going to sort of skip around on this one. Texas could still clinch a berth if two of the three teams, other two lost teams, Oklahoma and Oklahoma State and Kansas State, lose in Week 13 in that scenario. If Texas loses and at least two of the two lost teams wins, it creates a convoluted situation with as many as four teams being tied for first place. Without delving into too much into the realm of possibility, the most likely outcome is a rematch of the Bedlam rivalry between Oklahoma and Oklahoma State. Here's how it would play out. Texas loses to Texas Tech. Oklahoma and Oklahoma State both win. Oklahoma holds the tiebreaker over Texas because it beat them, and they would get the number one spot in the standings. That would set up a tiebreaker between Texas and Oklahoma State, depending upon their record against common opponent with the highest ranking in the standings. Oklahoma State and Texas both played Oklahoma, but Oklahoma State beat Oklahoma, and the Longhorns didn't. Thus, the Cowboys would secure a spot over Texas to advance to Arlington. Did that give y'all a headache as it did me? Ain't nobody do no donations while I was out of here, did you? If y'all want to get your comment pushed top and get me to read it out, because there's so many comments coming here now. We're up to 74 people. Just click on the money dollar sign at the bottom of the circle. Click on that. Make a small donation to the program. Write your comment out and send it. However many characters you type is how much they charge you for that. But make sure you write that comment out first, then hit send so you get your money's worth. And I will read it out and respond to it. It will push you above the others. All right. Let's see what we got here. Mary Caroline's trying to make friends with Laura Brogdon. All righty. Killebreeze says Mary Caroline female football fans are special. Do tell. How are they special? What makes them so special, Killebreeze? Savage Dog Jason says Georgia and Alabama would mop the floor with any of these teams we are discussing. Got a lot of Oklahoma fans in here, Savage Dog, but you know I'm with you. I'm an SEC guy, so I'm gonna be a little biased, not to say you're probably right, J Dog. By the way, J Dog, I was talking about Georgia earlier. I like to reiterate this from time to time because for some reason it pisses people off. But Georgia can be the actual first ever three-peat, unanimous three-peat. People keep bringing up the 1920s and 30s and 40s when the Army supposedly did it in Minnesota, but it wasn't unanimous. Nobody's ever won a unanimous three-peat, and the Georgia Bulldogs are poised to be the first. Stink-ass cat with a big $10 donation. Let's go to Vegas and get the 1.5-pound prime rib cowboy cut steak. Woo! That'd be great. I wanted you directing that at college football with Donkey Lewis. Johnson's going to change his name in that because he's a jackass. Savage Dog Jason. J-Dog says top 2 teams regardless. If the committee puts 2 SEC teams or not, Mizzou would beat Washington and possibly Oregon. Oh, Savage Dog trying to rile y'all up. Hey, Savage, y'all don't mind, by the way, jump out of the chat real quick and smash that like button. Smash it for me real quick because that'll push it out in the algorithm and it'll get more people up in here. And we can have one hell of a party post Thanksgiving weekend here. Coming down the stretch. Goes by like a blink of the eye. College football with Donkey Lewis says Georgia isn't 3-peating this year. Wishful thinking, I say. He says Turd Ferguson. Great name, by the way. Turd. Mark Hampton says, as a Sooner fan, I don't care how we get there, just if we get there. To be honest, I wasn't expecting to win, to even be in the race. I figured 9-3 would be a huge improvement. And that's what Killer Breeze and me and a bunch of other Oklahoma people have tried to make a lot of Oklahoma fans realize. You know, starting out 7-0 like Oklahoma did, it got everybody's hopes up, and they thought that, hey, maybe we can do even better than what we thought. And then they proceeded to get shot down with 2 losses in a row. And I think what really pissed people off was losing that last Bedlam game to Oklahoma State, because now they're going to hold on to that trophy forever and try to hold it over y'all's heads, because we know Mike Gundy is not going to go out of his way to make that series continue, although he'll lie and say that he does when he really doesn't. He really don't want to play. I think he's, 4-16? You know, Okeechobee State under Mike Gundy, or do y'all prefer I call him Okie State? Regardless, under Mike Gundy, I think they're 3-16, 4-16? Mary Caroline says, y'all have it on good authority that Jeff Lebby has taken the Mississippi State job. Look for an announcement coming soon. Yeah, I had mentioned that last week. I can't remember if we've done it on the live stream or a podcast, Mary Caroline, but I have mentioned that Jeff Lebby is an actual candidate for the head coaching job at Mississippi State. Justin Gall says, I wouldn't be surprised if Lebby takes the Mississippi State job, but I think he waits and coaches Jackson on a couple of years. He may be up for a big-time job. Well, it's an SEC job, so I would call that a big-time job. Now, it may not be as lucrative as a blue blood job, but it's a step in the right direction. And I think Jeff Lebby would be sort of stupid to not at least consider it. I think he should take it, to be honest with you. He can build a resume there. He can win at Mississippi State. Dan Mullen won there. Jackie Sherrill won there. People that say you can't win at Mississippi State don't know their college football history. So I think Jeff Lebby would I think it would be a good spot for him to build himself. As far as staying just a coach, one recruit, I don't see that, because he's got to think of his family, Justin. Savage Dog says they ain't keeping an SEC team out of the playoffs. There's too much money involved for them to lose out on not having powerhouse of the SEC in college football playoff. Well, Savage, I was saying that if Oregon wins and beats Washington, and if Texas wins out, that they may keep Alabama out, or not Alabama, they may keep Georgia out. If Alabama were to beat Georgia, then the SEC may not get a team in. I mean, even though Alabama beat the 2-time defending national champions, Georgia would lose a game, and at that point possibly be behind Texas, who actually beat Alabama. And if Georgia loses Alabama and Texas had beaten Alabama, like Jonathan Lewis said on the last live stream, then they may consider not even having an SEC team in if Georgia loses that game. Bebo Lewis says Bama will write a blank check to Lincoln when Saban hangs it up. Alabama, we're very giving people sometimes. We're very charitable. Debo Lewis. So you're probably right. We would probably give him the money that it takes to get a passport to Japan so he can be the punting coordinator for Killer Breeze's favorite team, the Nagasaki Egg Rolls of the Japanese American Football League. We would pay his way. Hell, we might even help him get a green card over in Japan so he can stay there permanently, and he can learn an entirely new alphabet as well while he's over there. Maybe get, a little education in him. Learn the Japanese alphabet. Yeah, I know you're messing with me, Bebo. I'm just messing with you back. Jack Acker says, my God, and Jack Acker has his badge, by the way. You'll see a bunch of people here with badges. If you want your badge and you want to get deputized and be in the Outlaw posse like Jack Acker is and Bebo Lewis, among others, it's a little join button, next subscribe button. It's $2.99 a month, 75 cents a week only. It's just a bottle of water. You get your badge, you get deputized, you get your random full horseman shout out, as you'll see down at the bottom of the screen after the VIP donors go by. Here they come right now. You get your full horseman shout out as well as possibly be the comment of the day. You didn't have to correct yourself on the cuss word there, Bebo. Besides, YouTube might do something to you for saying that word. So, I get around it by saying the word fug. F-U-G. F-U-G-G-I-N-G. Just like Skittle Shitters. They get mad at me sometimes when I put Skittle Shitters in the title, so I started spelling it with 2 D's instead of 2 T's. You're right, Jonathan. Once upon a time, we could get a bottle of water for 75 cents. I could still get a bottle of water for 75 cents here in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Down there in Texas, everything's bigger, right? Even the prices. But you're right. I can't get a nice big bottle of water like this right here. Would probably cost me $1.29. Texas probably had to put on layaway down there. But I can get a bottle of water for 75 cents, but it's one of them little pint bottles that you get out of the drink machine in front of Walmart. The Rhino 26 with the obligatory fist bump is in the house. One of our big-time donors to the program. I don't know if you saw the tweet earlier of the Rhino 26, where Lincoln Riley is basically blaming somebody, like he always does, for his failures. This time in recruiting, he's blaming the Oklahoma fans for sending, and he mentioned something about an outlaw posse, sending negative comments to his recruits on Twitter and keeping them from coming to USC. I don't know if you saw that earlier. If you didn't, I'll pop it back up again just for you, brother. Just let me know. If y'all want to see that tweet again, y'all just let me know whenever, and I'll pop that shit back up. But let's look at the college football rankings. Y'all want to look at that? They come out today. Let's pull them up for y'all. Here they are. Today's college football playoff rankings, November 21st. Those Georgia hedge pissers, the two-time defending national champions at 11-0. Ohio State, Ohio Stank at 11-0. Michigan Wolverines at 11-0. Washington has now jumped Florida State. That was the only real change this week. Washington jumps Florida State for the number 4 spot, and it's probably because Florida State lost their star quarterback, I think, for the entire season. So the committee does take that into account. Now, Florida State somehow pulls off a win in Gainesville and then beats Louisville in the ACC title game with a backup quarterback, then more likely they will jump Florida State back into the top 4. So all the Seminoles out there getting your TP wrinkled up and beating your squaws, don't beat your squaws just yet, because Florida State might get in. Oregon at number 6, Texas at number 7, Alabama at number 8, Missouri is number 9, and Louisville finishes out the top 10. So that's your top 10 for the college football rankings. I really think that maybe only 8 or 9 of those really have this rank right here. That's why I only say the top 10, because really, honestly, to be honest with you, only 8 of them have a shot. Now, Louisville, they're 10-1. If they beat the shit out of Florida State, they might jump them up there, but very doubtful, considering Louisville lost to Pittsburgh. Got a $10 donation. Snuck up on me while I was out looking at these rankings, Heath. The Stokes clan is in the house finally. Finally, the Stokes clan has come back to the Outlaw of college football, as 1989 says. Acknowledge me. All right. Heath Stokes with a $10 donation says, Linky boy made his bed. Now he's got to sleep in it. That's right. And the sleeping is not good, Heath, from what I take. From what I understand, in his little 17-bedroom house, those beds are becoming mighty splintery these days. You may not have to worry about the Oklahoma fans stalking him. You might have some Skittle shitters coming for him pretty soon. Rhino 26 with a big, huge $100 donation. Rhino playing, he ain't playing to lose, man. He's playing the big game. He's like Doc Holliday in the poker tournaments. Ain't that a daisy? But I appreciate the hell out of that, Rhino 26, with another huge donation to the program, as always. I'm going to bring it back up for you, Rhino, because I promised you I would right now. Y'all bear with me. I'm going to bring back up the shot of Tebow soling his pants over people criticizing him on Twitter. There it is, Rhino 26, just for you, brother. Just for you. One more time. It has been brought to my attention that some Oklahoma fans and group called the Outlaw Posse has been contacting USC's prospective recruits and feeding them negative information on my program and my USC family. Please disregard the hatred from these outside sources. Fight on. What a weak ass. I don't understand how Bob Stoops ever let that man take over for him. How did Bob allow that shit? Really? Really? Yeah, I was trying to do Cartman. I got all sorts of crazy ass voices, man. I think I got Tourette syndrome or some shit. Rhino said, I'm your huckleberry. That's what he said, Jimmy. Old Rhino laying down the law up in here. Old Rhino's like, he told, what was that guy's name on there? He told him, like, you know, Ike, maybe you should stick with something that you can win at. Like a spelling bee. Classic movie, by the way. Love Tombstone. Love Tombstone. You don't like my Sooner wagon, Savage Dog? You know, Savage, you want to. I got a lot of hats up here on the wall that were sent to me by my adoring fans. You want to send me a Georgia Bulldog hat, Georgia Hedge Pisser hat? I'll be more than happy to put it on there. Alice Stokes would have been a big $10 donation too. She says, I can hear tonight. Interesting tweet. Yeah, Tebow, man. He's the gift that keeps on giving, right? It's like the old cliche. Rhino 26 says, wow, that's the first I saw. Sounds like a bunch of insecurity to me, but we knew he was soft. Well, obviously, they didn't. He's just a con man, like con time Deion Sanders. He's asked to get exposed completely in the next couple of years if he don't dip out this year. Because, I mean, his head be all crankled up at the press conference, man, and he looked like he about to lose his shit, man. And he looked like he's about someone had said the word West Vagina or something. Y'all run over here and tattle on me, the cuz now. Tattletales. At least I didn't call him Wet Vagina. You know? And he called him West Vagina. At least it kept the, you know, the direction in there. Could have called him Wet Vagina instead of West Virginia. Stink Ass Cat says, obviously, he doesn't know free speech is a thing in the U.S. Tebow is such a pansy. That's true. That's damn true, as the once great Kurt Angle said. How are you says that USC, there's rumors that Jim Leonard landed in LAX yesterday. Well, I'm going to tell you something, man. I'm going to tell you something real quick. First, I'm going to answer. I'm going to answer your question in a minute. How are you? Or it's not a question. I'm going to answer give my spiel on your statement about Jim Leonard coming to USC. But first, I'm going to answer this question. It's a nice little poll, little side poll, because we talk about everything in here. Rhino brought up a good poll here. Tombstone or White Earp? Kurt Russell or Kevin Costner? Now, overall, as far as movies in general, Kevin Costner may be the better actor. But this is just Tombstone versus White Earp. Rhino's poll of the night. But back to what you were saying, how are you? Jim Leonard, it doesn't matter who they bring in there. They could bring in Monty Kiffin. They could bring in Bill Cowher. They could bring him out of retirement. It doesn't matter who they have at defensive coordinator. It's like my boy Killer Breeze has said numerous times, it's Lincoln Riley's system. It does not favor the defense whatsoever. Whatsoever. The offense philosophy that Tebow implements and his program in general, not just the offense, but his strength and conditioning. He has a yoga instructor that takes them out for yogurt at the transgender volleyball tournaments on Sunday afternoons. It just ain't going to cut it. It don't matter what defensive coordinator you get in there, man. You've got to lift some weights. You've got to. Kilbree says Tombstone. Savage Dog says Tombstone. Hank says Tombstone because Val Kilmer is the man. Yeah, he was the man. Val Kilmer is the man. Doc Holliday. The best Doc Holliday ever. That's the one we should be comparing. Who done the best Doc Holliday? Was it Val Kilmer or who was that other guy that done? Who done that? I know Kevin Costner was Wyatt Earp. Who was the guy that I can't remember his name, man? That played Doc Holliday in Wyatt Earp. Ron Dolan says, how Washington played 4 ranked teams, then Florida, Michigan, Ohio State combined, Washington number 4. Florida's not. You talking about Florida State? Florida State's ranked number 5 in today's poll. They actually dropped Florida State, Ron. The culture at USC is the problem, says Killer Breeze. And I completely, without a shadow of a doubt, agree with that statement. Dennis Quaid, that's it. You're right, Justin. It was Dennis Quaid. Dennis Quaid, while he's a good actor as well, I think that Val Kilmer beats him hands down without a shadow of a doubt. Jimmy Satterfield agrees with that statement. If y'all don't mind, jump out of the chat for me. Smash the like button. Share it out to your friends. If you hadn't subscribed to the channel yet, please hit the subscribe button as well as that bell next to it. Because if you don't hit the bell to go with the subscribe, for some reason they won't notify you when I'm up and on the air. And we can't have the uncensored fun that we're having here. I don't know how much longer I'll be on as far as the channel goes. Because I had a channel before, and they sort of white strike me to death, where I ended up having to start a new channel. Actually, Jonathan, college football with Donkey Lewis, actually talked me into that. Savage Dog Jason says, yeah, and then Bear Alexander transferred to USC from Georgia and said that the condoms were more physical defense. He'd been smoking on that devil's lettuce. Need to get me some more dogs up in here, brother. You got to have somebody come up here and sick them. Woo, sick them. This is a statement that I completely agree with. Oregon, to me right now, is probably the best team. I'm an Alabama fan saying that, but overall, to me, if Oregon plays Washington again, and they may prove me wrong, I think Oregon's going to win a rematch with Washington if they can get past Oregon State in the Civil War. If Oregon gets past Oregon State and beats Washington, Oregon should definitely be in my opinion, as a whole body of work, because Alabama in the early part of the season struggled with a lot of teams. Had to come back from double digits numerous times. And I'm an Alabama fan. So if Alabama beats the two-time defending national champions, the Georgia Hedge Pissers, then Oregon wins out. If I'm not an Alabama fan, I'm probably putting Oregon in. But I'm an Alabama fan, so I'd probably put Alabama in. Got a big $10 donation coming in. Nellie Martin in the house says, just proud to be in your posse. Well, according to Lincoln Riley, we're not very nice people. We've been negative recruiting against him, and we cost him a couple of recruits. He can't even out-recruit a podcaster. He can't out-recruit the common Joes and the common Sallys in the know. Even more so than all the media talking heads. Love to say that, by the way. That's my motto. Stink-ass Cat says they're going to match up OU and USC in the Alamo Bowl until they lost UCLA. Not happening now. Well, once they get past the New Year's Six bowls, they don't have to go by records and standings at that point, Stink-ass Cat. So the networks may see that and say, hey, look, we're going to switch this around a little bit. We're going to put Arizona in the Las Vegas Bowl, which Arizona would probably appreciate that because I don't think Arizona wants to play Oklahoma either. And put USC over there. To me, I think it's a no-win situation for both programs. I don't think the game should happen at all until there's a little distance in time, but, with all the bad feelings and a lot of friction there, probably a lot of fights that game. Well, I take that back. There wouldn't be no fights because USC don't travel well. Hell, they don't even travel well to their own games. They can't even sell out the Los Angeles Coliseum. And the last bowl projections that I saw, though, they had USC going to the Los Angeles Bowl, which I didn't even know existed. I think they made that bowl up at the last minute, sort of like the Big 12 made that damn rule up at the last minute to help Okeechobee State. Savage Dog says the Rhino's 100. Yes, he is. He is the man. Jack Acker says, honestly that the what G5 program this time is going to smack the Skittle shitters again? Well, they're projecting UNLV in that game. Funny you say that. Like I told them, man, not only if you get beat by UNLV, but you get beat by UNLV in Los Angeles, that's 10 times worse than getting beat by Tulane. At least with Tulane, you could say they had the home field advantage because Tulane was just a state away. But if they get put in the Los Angeles Bowl with UNLV, that would definitely be more of an embarrassment than losing to Tulane, in my opinion. What do y'all think? I don't think Caleb Williams is going to play in the bowl game. By the way, Rhino26, I appreciate that. Rhino26 gifted 10 Outlaw of college football memberships. Those of y'all that he gifted the memberships to, if you want to continue to be a member after the first month, like I said before, just $2.99 a month, 75 cents a week. And as Jonathan pointed out, It's not really a whole bottle of water, but it's just a half a bottle of water for the Outlaw. So there's something else I had to tell you, Rhino, and I can't remember what the hell it was now. Oh, by the way, the store. I've talked to Jonathan about it. He's real stressed for time, so I don't know if he's going to be able to help me with that. But I'm going to try to get that store up that I promised you, Rhino, and I promised other people, so we can get you y'all Skittle Shitter shirts. It'd be great if I could get that up and going just in case y'all play them in a bowl game. And wouldn't that be great if we could wear some, all of us get together, go down to the Alamo Bowl and wear our Skittle Shitter shirts and call them out and say, hey, this is the Outlaw Posse. You know, the ones that supposedly cost you all these recruits. I can't recruit to Oklahoma, and now I can't recruit to USC because they're picking on me. Let me take that off of there, by the way. Don't let that up there too long, right? Michael McCullough says, I don't think LR understands how stupid he sounds. I don't think he does either. That's why he'd probably fit in rather well over in Japan in the Japanese American Football League with the Nagasaki egg rolls. Or, as Killer Breeze was telling me, his actual favorite team is the Tokyo Tech Crab Cakes. But he can go over there and learn a new language, hell, even a new alphabet, as I said before. He can start anew. Nobody would know what a jackass old Linky Boy is. I'm actually off tomorrow, so tomorrow it will be set up. I appreciate the hell out of that, brother. If you do that for me, I will really, really, really appreciate it. Because think about it, man. If we can get those Skittle Shitter shirts up before bowl season and USC plays Oklahoma in a bowl game, you not realize how epic that would be? We could sell a lot of T-shirts for damn sure. It'd be epic for me in my wallet. But it'd be epic to see all those T-shirts in that bowl game and the Outlaw Posse logo on there as well. After Lincoln Boy, old Linky Boy, had a little something to say about the Outlaw Posse. Oh, hell. Here we go. Mary Caleb Williams shirt or the Outlaw Cowboy hat. I'll get you one of them cowboy hats and bring it to you personally, Rhino, if you want me to. You can get them from Irvin's. I actually shaped this hat myself. When you first buy them, it's sort of a flat deal and whatnot. But I'm glad you brought up that nickname because I hadn't said it in a while. I almost forgot about old Mary Caleb Williams' fingernails. Come up with some good T-shirt ideas, for damn sure. Should we do a live stream initial release of the store? Well, that's up to the Outlaw Posse, my brother. Let's ask them if they'll show up for it. Because, I don't know, man. They might be thinking I'm trying to sponge on them or something. Linky Boy is a Tokyo Tech crab puff kind of vibe. Yeah, crab puffs, huh? Can't even let him be a cake, man. Oh, man, you call him a puff. Damn, killer. That's almost as bad as calling somebody West Vagina. I mean, my bad. Wet vagina. No, I mean, never mind. Y'all won't be going tattling now. I know y'all went and tattled to him last time, got the poor old boy riled up. Chris is a great guy. Y'all should not be messing with him like that. Rhino26 says, I hope y'all have a great Thanksgiving. I'll be cooking pies tomorrow and waiting to see Crimson wins. The Crimsons were 3-0 this week. You see my little comment that I put in the community section of my channel, Rhino? Alabama. Somebody got their ass whooped last week. It wasn't Alabama. It wasn't Oklahoma. And it wasn't even New Mexico State. I didn't realize this, but New Mexico State's colors are crimson and white. And they beat Auburn. In Auburn. So the Crimson teams were 3-0. I don't know how well Harvard is because I don't keep up with their elitist ass. Plus, they're a bunch of damn spastics anyway. I ain't keeping that Ivy League bullshit. By the way, Stanford should join the Ivy League. The ACC is stupid for having Stanford in their conference. Just a random thought there. Jack Acker has just gifted one Outlaw of College football membership. Woo! Appreciate the hell out of that, brother. The more we can get in the posse, the better. More of them can tweet out to Lincoln's prospective recruits. I mean, he says it was the Outlaw posse, man. I don't know. I mean, me and Jonathan and Killer talked about getting a posse together, and just putting out some accurate information about Tebow to these prospective recruits, because we want their families, we want them to send their sons to a place that they're educated upon on possible shadiness. We don't want them to go somewhere and be caught off guard about the sheer shadiness that is Linky Boy. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to be mean again, Killer Breeze. Golly. The Skittle shooters don't know which bathroom to use, says Big Cojones Kelly. Well, I think you're right, man. And like I said before, on Sunday afternoons, their strength and conditioning coach does yoga with them and takes them to the transgender volleyball tournaments and shit like that, right? I know y'all like it when I say it, so I just keep saying it. Have you seen the Lincoln Riley tweet about Oklahoma fans are costing him recruits? Big Cojones. Richard Young. Have y'all seen that? Oklahoma man. Wow, thanks for the gift. Happy Thanksgiving. Yep, those little Outlaw Posse memberships. I will give y'all a shout out on the next podcast, or I'll give you a shout out on here. There's 4 horsemen at the end of this scroll right here. You'll get your random 4 horsemen shout out as well as possible. Be the comment of the day. You'll get deputized and you'll get your badge, just like Oklahoma man got his badge. But when it's gifted to you, in order to keep it, you have to, I think, sign up again. But it's only $2.99 a month, so it won't hurt you too much. But yeah, Stink Ass Cat a while ago said LOL at Epic Wallet. Yeah. We get them Skittle shirts up before the bowl games, and Oklahoma's playing USC Skittle shirts in a bowl game. It will be epic on the wallet. We'll probably make a lot of money off that, a lot of coin. I could have us a nice little tailgate party, right? That's a hell of an idea, JPC. I should give myself a pat on the back right now. That's right. All the proceeds of them shirts, maybe we can get enough money together and have a hell of a tailgate party in San Antonio, Texas, which is, by the way, the home of college football with Jonathan Lewis, a.k.a. the Donkey, and set that thing up. Man, we have a huge party. Huge party. Stink-ass cat. There we go. Thunder OU says Outlaw needs to educate Colorado recruits about prime time. Well, the first thing that we're going to get out of the system, Thunder, in the educational process, of course, is his name's not prime time. It's con time, man. Come on. It's con time, brother. You know that. I'll sure enough be glad to tell him, though. But that's a damn good idea. I have to talk to some people. I have to see if that imaginary outlaw posse out there is not so imaginary. And maybe we'll have a talk with their recruits too. But his thing is, you ain't got to hurt Dion in recruiting because he can't recruit. Only thing he can do is go in the transfer portal and take other players that have already been evaluated for him. Just like Linky Boy. See? Transfer portal is a glass house. Sure, you're going to get some nuggets, like Alabama did with Jameson Williams. But for the most part, and I've said this ad nauseum, 70 to 80% of transfer portal players don't work out wherever they go because they're not meant for Division I football. They need to go play for Occidental College or Sacred Heart, or maybe go to an Ivy League. If they're not too damn stupid, they can go to Ivy League school or something. Sooner fan says USC does Kegel workouts. Oh, shit. Damn, man. Y'all already cost him recruits, and he's making tweets about it, man. Ain't y'all scared that Lincoln Riley's going to... Yeah, y'all want to get Lincoln Riley stirred up now. Can't believe y'all picking on poor Lincoln Riley, man. Cost him recruits and everything. He said he was going to build a wall around California, man. What'd y'all do? Did y'all undermine him and make his wall fall? Was he like Humpty Dumpty fell off the wall? Because he ain't got no balls? I don't know, man. Oh, man. Am I going to buy everyone in the posse a Christmas present? I don't know. My benefactor, college football with Donkey Lewis, that's Jonathan. You know, he's pretty well set. You know, he goes. He's got courtside seats to San Antonio Spur games, and he's got just about every imaginable variety of woman that you can have following him around. He's got like a harem down there. He's almost, you know, like the Arabics, man. He's got that old money. So Jonathan could definitely probably foot the bill on getting every single one of y'all a Christmas present. Killbree says Lincoln Riley is a heavy flow kind of guy. Well, now, really. Got someone texting me over here. Y'all got people texting me, man. You know who just texted me? I think it was Daniel Bitzer, or I don't know, that might have been that other guy. What's his name? Lonely? They threatening me again. You know, they already called my daughter when she was pregnant and told her I was a jackass. Well, actually, that's not what they called me. They called me a bitch. Call my daughter when she's 9 months pregnant now. Mr. Riley, if you seek peace and prosperity for USC, then tear down this wall. Jack Reagan. Jack Reagan? You mean Ronald Reagan? Is Ronald's middle name Jack? Fred Bagley says Tebow has man boobs. Really now? Well, brothers and sisters, it's been fun, but it's just me tonight. I'm wearing down a little bit. If you don't mind, just jump out of this chat. Smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe, too, if you're new to the channel. Hit the bell. If you want to get an Outlaw Posse and get your badge like Killabreeze and Justin Goss and Jack Acker and Bebo Lewis and the Rhino 26, among others. Can't remember them all. There's so many of them. Fred Bagley. But just know this. The Outlaw Posse is now being called out by the skittle shitters. They're accusing us of some dastardly deeds. They're saying that we're feeding negative information to the very fragile minds of the youth in California. So if you're an Outlaw Posse, just be prepared to be accused of dastardly deeds by those skittle shooters. Well, it's hard for me to do it sometimes, Jack, because I just run out of breath over here. I'm getting pretty old, you know. By the way, Jonathan said I should color my beard. Donkey Lewis said I should color my beard. What do y'all think? There's something else to vote on. Color the beard or leave the gray. Might have to hit this Waffle House coffee over here. It's probably didn't get cold on me, Jack. By the way, Jack, would you like to be on the show? Would you like to be a guest on the show and talk to us about Oregon this week? I've never had an Oregon Duck on here. You'd be the first. You can pop my duck cherry. I'm going to get in trouble, man. Don't get me in trouble, man. Don't make me say stuff, man. Told y'all got Tourette syndrome. Fred Bagley says, I wonder if Tebow and Mary Caleb are in sync. That's pretty funny. More like Copacabana or the YMCA, probably like the Village People. All the Skittle shooters out there in LA like the Village People, right? I'll be honest though, it's a pretty catchy song, even for them, even for the Village People. That's a pretty catchy song, old YMCA. Just don't start painting your nails. No, I ain't gonna paint my nails. Oh no, I might for a special occasion. I don't know what could I paint on there. Skittle shooters. I don't got enough fingers. That's not enough fingers for that, is it? Richard Young says, leave the gray. All right. Jack says, I'd be down, but I'd have to see if my laptop and camera still works. All right, brother. Or the right-wing Duck fan, if he's still in here. Either one of y'all would be great to have on. Y'all in here all the time, man, and y'all really support the channel. I'm going to do some Oregon videos, I promise you. Because every time I do one, they really do well. Oklahoma man says, I surely got my badge. Natural is best outlaw. F the road game. Yeah, I shaved my head. When I was telling Jonathan then, man, I woke up one morning, I went in there in the mirror and I looked at the back of my head and it looked like a damn bird's nest back there. So I was like, you know what? To hell with this. This I ain't gonna have none of that Paul Feinbaum shit. Handlebars. Or even the bird's nest back there. Seriously, Tweety could have probably came down and laid a damn egg on the top of my damn head. So I was just like, I'm shaving it all off. So I shaved it all off. Big Cahoney says Jaden Daniels for Heisman. Who's y'all's vote for Heisman? That's a good subject. Appreciate that, Big Cajones. Kelly, by the way, Big Cajones, not going to give away your alias here, but you're an LSU guy. Killer Breeze is an LSU guy, but he went to Oklahoma. Then he graduated from LSU, so I don't know. But you're a full-fledged LSU. Would you like to be on the show? You know, Big Cajones Kelly, this guy's actually a pretty good DJ. If he wants me to give y'all his real name, I will, and y'all can check him out. He's a very good DJ. So who y'all got for Heisman? Who y'all got for Heisman? Jaden Daniels has got a vote. I know Killer Breeze likes Jaden Daniels too. Jonathan Lewis, a.k.a. the Donkey, he likes it tickled at myself. He likes Jaden Daniels too. I like Bo Nix. Justin Goss agrees with me. Probably Bo Nix. Killer Breeze says we all need to meet Norman one weekend. We can hit up the O'Connells with the month. What? I don't know what that is, man. I don't know what y'all talking about, man. Y'all getting off topic, y'all gonna get me in trouble, man. Sooner fan, bald head is a solar panel for a sex machine. Yeah. You know what they say about bald men and sex drive? Yeah. Jack Ecker says, oh, Don Killer, I know you're no U fan, so you're in enemy territory being in Texas. Yeah, he is. He's in Houston. I think he likes the Houston Cougars, too. He's an Oklahoma /LSU /Houston Cougar fan. He's also a Dallas Cowboys fan, too. If Washington beats Oregon, it will be the Washington quarterback, says Richard Young. Yeah, Penix has been up and down a little bit this year. He didn't really look too good against Arizona State. And even the game after that, it wasn't that great. I think it was against Stanford. They almost lost. So, I mean, I sort of lost my luster for him. But Bo Nix or Jaden Williams, and I'm waiting for the Heisman Trophy to start being more valid, man. Now, they did give it to a wide receiver in Devontae Smith for Alabama. But they need to give the damn award to not a running back. They need to give the award to a defensive player once. at least once. And not somebody that plays two ways either. Somebody that's just primarily defense, man. Because Ndamukong Suh, the year that the Texas quarterback won it, Colt McCoy, Mr. Limp Arm that punked out on Texas. He could have played in that game, by the way. Ndamukong Suh should have won the Heisman Trophy that year, in my opinion. They need to – it's just not a valid award. It says it's supposed to be for the best player in America, regardless of position, and that includes defense. But they never give it to a defensive player. It's always a quarterback or a running back, and now it's like primarily quarterback. Every once in a while, you'll get someone sneak in there like a wide receiver or a running back. But for the most part, it's just those three positions. Jack Ecker says, hey, OCF, I may be a Ducks fan, but like Richard said, if Washington wins, then the Heisman probably goes to Penix. The dude launches the ball like no other. Yeah, well, what if Washington wins and he still don't look good? I mean, do you just give him the award based on wins alone? It's supposed to be about the most talented player in America, not the most talented player on the best team. But you're right. It has microcosm down to that, too. If your team loses a couple of games, sometimes it knocks you out of there. Who was the last Heisman winner with multiple losses? Can y'all help me with that? Because I don't remember. I know Tim Tebow, when he won it, had like 3 losses. Big Cojones Kelly with a $2 donation. I'd be glad to be on the OCF show. We'll be glad to have you, even if you are coon ass. See, y'all gonna get me in trouble, man. Well, I don't want to keep rambling and just talking about the same stuff ad nauseum, so I guess I'm fixing to get the hell up out of here. As you can see up here in the corner, I don't know if y'all have noticed this or not, but I got a nice little icon up here. It's of Linky Boy and his attire that he dresses in on Sunday mornings when they go to the transgender volleyball tournaments. Thought y'all might like that. A couple of people already mentioned it. Well, all right, brothers and sisters, unless y'all got something else y'all want to discuss, I guess I'm going to get up out of here. Y'all just throw some comments in here real quick, and I'll wait a little while and see if y'all got some more questions. If y'all want to make a donation to the show, if you want me to answer a question real quick, I'll wait around for that. Just hit the money dollar sign at the bottom of the show here. A little circle around the money dollar sign. Click on that. Make sure you write your comment out first, then hit send so you get your money's worth. It'll highlight it, and it'll push it to the top above everybody else's. All right, brothers and sisters. Don't look like we got much more to talk about. Like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Please share this channel out with all your friends. Let's get this party crunk, and maybe we'll get that store set up and get y'all some Skittle Shitter shirts, and we'll all get together and have a big old Outlaw Posse party wherever Oklahoma's playing their bowl or USC's playing their bowl. If they don't play each other, maybe we'll go to USC's bowl if it's close enough. And with that, KMCA to all the other teams. Class is now officially dismissed.